Hi, my name is Mohamed Alam. This is my coursework prepared for University of East London. My coursework name is Middleware Technologies RMI versus Kurba. And my topics is based on its middleware infrastructures, its similarities and differences between middleware infrastructures, and revealing their advantages and disadvantages when facing the questions of choosing the technology of middleware systems. And also I will gonna show you its different comparison of middleware technologies, and also I will tell the most infrastructures in both industry and academia. And my papers also describes the positions and value of middleware among modern technologies, and also describes some kinds of common middleware technologies. What is middleware? Middleware is a current trend in the development of open distributed systems. It stands between the operating system and the application, and enables the transparent integration of distributed objects. Middleware consists of reusable functionality that offers solution to frequently encountered problems like heterogeneity, interoperability, security, and dependability. It's an intermediate layer that sits above a platform and below the applications. A platform is the set of services, open operating systems, and networking programs. This layer provides services which help in providing development and runtime environment for distributed systems by making distributed transparent and solving heterogeneity such as hardware, programming languages, and operating systems. These middleware services are generally purpose services defined by the application programming interface. And middleware is sometimes called plumbing because it connects most distributed application with data pipes and then passes data between them. This is the diagram of middleware. Its application is on the top, and then it's connected with API, that's called application programming interface, and then middleware, and below is platform like operating systems and networking programs. There are some categories of middleware. You have some here is ESB, that's called Enterprise Service Bus. Its main basically function is transformation, portability, load balancing, and failover. Transformation is like XML documents is transformed from one format to another, and portability means the data can share in different systems and operating environments, and load balancing means the ability to distribute processing among several devices so that one device becomes overloaded. Failover, the ability to transfer messaging functions to another server if one should fail during the data exchange. RPC, that's called remote procedural call, and its works is like it allows a program in one computer and execute in a server computer. ORB, object request broker, it's a common programming of Kurba that works as like a client can request a server without knowing anything about what services are attached to the network. The various ORB receives the request, forward them to the approved servers, and then hand the results back to the client. TP monitors, transaction processing monitors. It's basically works with how the transaction occur, and it's if it is failed, then it takes possible actions. DC, distributed computing environment, and there is that is called application programming interface, in short API. It's like a hook, it's connect the programming between the interface. Basic API architecture, middleware and legacy systems. The legacy system means that the system that was produced before and now it is an old system, that is called the legacy systems. Middleware works as like a glue, it connects the legacy systems with the new systems. Programming with the middleware. In middleware technologies, do not need to develop new programs to middleware. It can connect with the C++ and Java. That's the middleware technology. It's called RMI, remote method invocation. RMI is a middleware that smoothly integrates into Java. RMI method invocation allows Java developers to invoke object methods and have them execute on remote Java virtual machines. It also supports a registry which allows clients to perform lookups for a particular services. The following diagram shows the interaction between different components of RMI systems. Clients that knows about a server can look up its location from a registry and access the service. If a new class is required, it can be downloaded from a web server. Client connects to a registry server, access a RMI services, and downloads new code as required from a web server. That is called Kurva, Common Object Request Broker Architecture. It's a system that offers greater portability than a remote method invocation, whose specification was first released in the early 1990s. Choose a new interface description languages known as the IDL, interface definition language. This intermediate language then can be used to translate to and from a variety of different languages such as C, C++, and Java. RMI versus Kurva, pros and cons. There is some pros and cons of RMI. Portable across many platforms, can introduce new code to Java. Foreign JVMs, Java developers may already have experience with RMI. Existing systems may already use RMI. The cost and time to convert to a new technology may be prohibitive. And some cons of RMIs: tied only on platforms with Java, security threats, learning curve for developers, can only operate with Java systems. There is some pros and cons of Kurva. Service can be written in many different languages. Kurva supports primitive data types. Kurva is ideally suited to use with legacy systems. Kurva is an easily way to link objects and systems together. Kurva systems may offer greater performance. There is some cons of Kurva. Describing service requires the use of an interface definition languages which must be learned. Implementing or using service requires an ideal mapping. Ideal to language mappings tools create course stubs based on interfaces. Kurva doesn't support the transfer of objects or codes. The future is uncertain. Some training is still required in Kurva language. In summary, you can say that this is the technology that plays an important role in the distributed world. Thus, we can realize when we share our systems from every aspect of our business environment, and a careful evaluation of intended use of RMI or Kurva is required to determine which technology is the most appropriate. There aren't any hard and fast rules that can be applied, and there is no clear victor in the battle for the minds and hearts of developers. Time will tell which technology becomes the more dominant, and in the immediate future both will continue to play a role.